Alright everybody, Mr. Dino023 here, and we are almost done with this project. We are gonna be covering part 4 of the top 50 world records, most impressive world records of 2019. And in this part 4, we're gonna be seeing all the way from the 20th to the 11th speedrun voted by you, the community. So with that being said, let me just give you a quick reminder that I stream every Monday to Friday from 4 PM Central. And well, you can just follow me on Twitch, or you can subscribe to the channel, you can share this video, you know, I don't know, helps a little bit to the channel. But if not, don't worry, just enjoy this video and let's go and check out the videos or the runs that made it to the top 20 of this list. Let's go. So starting this list for the top 20 world records of 2019, we're gonna be having Andy SWE with a total time of 9 minutes, 48 seconds and 817 milliseconds for this classic NES game Chippendale. One of the most beloved cartoons of the 80s and 90s, Chippendale is also one of the most played games on the NES, both casually as well as speedrunning. The level of execution needed to be able to achieve a time like this, it's definitely out of another world. And this is only proven also with Andy being the only person that has ever achieved a sub 950 in this classic NES title. "2019 was a crazy year for Castlevania, with its world record being pushed numerous times into levels that were once in the past thought unachievable. But SPD Wolf is no newcomer to achieving world records and achieving really complicated times or unimaginable times for certain games, such as its background in Cuphead. So for Castlevania 80%, SPD Wolf achieved the time of 11 minutes, 24 seconds and 567 milliseconds. He's the only one to have ever achieved a sub 1125 in one of the most played and speedrun games for the NES, as well as a very optimized. In order to be able to achieve this, many frame perfect tricks are needed, as well as top-notch execution throughout the full run. So definitely it's gonna be a hard world record to match or to take over from SPD Wolf. Arguably one of the best games of all time, and definitely one of the best platformers of all time, Super Mario Bros. 3 100% in a total time of 1 hour, 10 minutes and 14 seconds was a very big achievement for 2019. mitchflowerpower broke a 3-year-old world record with this run, and even though later on the year this world record kept being pushed towards further, this is definitely one really good time to remember for 2019, especially because Super Mario Bros. 3, it's a game that doesn't only requires good execution, but it also requires to grind for good RNG in many runs. So congratulations to mitchflowerpower for breaking a 3-year-old world record with this time. So for 17th spot, we have none other than an N64 beloved classic, Banjo Kazooie. In its 100% category, the total time was 1 hour, 59 minutes and 27 seconds by Speedrunning Bobo. This was the very first time that this game was beaten in under 2 hours for its 100% completion category. The reason, on top of many tricks being found over the last few years for this time to be achieved, was that a new trick was also discovered on 2019 that pretty much let you skip a set of random questions that were seated every time that you started playing the game, in order to just pretty much skip almost the whole Fortnite Fun board game at the end of the level, saving somewhere around 40-45 seconds with this trick discovered. It was definitely a groundbreaking achievement to be able to achieve a sub 2 hours in this game. Congratulations to Speedrunning Bobo. Another groundbreaking classic, The Legend of Zelda. It's a game that it's very common for speedrunning, with a lot of players trying its times out on this classic adventure. Like Attack, being not unfamiliar with speedrunning, he managed to achieve a total time of 28 minutes and 17 seconds in the category any percent no up plus A. He has been improving his own world record, with a lot of players trying to catch him up, but only him has been able to achieve a sub 20 seconds. This run involves a lot of skill, but it also involves a lot of improvisation on the fly, depending on the amount of drops that you get, the enemy patterns that you get, and another stuff that could happen in the game that only true experts on this game could be able to get through to achieve a sub 30 minutes. So let alone saying a 28-17 seconds is definitely one big achievement. Congratulations to Like Attack. The closer and closer that we reach out the first place for this list, we get more and more classics, and the 15th spot, it's another one for the NES, and this time it's for Metroid. In the category any percent, with a total time of 9 minutes and 42 seconds by Metroid McFly. This run, it's definitely notable for pushing the game to new boundaries and probably inspiring a lot of newcomers on this game to try to push for sub 10 minutes runs and potentially eventually try to get a world record. McFly was one unbeatable force for quite some time during 2018 as well as 2019 for this game, developing a lot of his own strats as well as implementing some of the other harder strats that were not implemented before for any runs of this game. So this 9 minutes and 42 seconds was definitely a very great achievement for the Metroid speedrunning community. Our next spot on the list is gonna go for another fellow Mexican speedrunner. It's gonna be Halo Reach full game in legendary mode by Pedrogues in a total time of 1 hour 30 minutes and 13 seconds, or ever since Master Chief Collection was released and timing rules were changed, it's actually now in a total time of 1 hour 25 minutes and 55 seconds. This run, it's a very long run in which you need to attain a big level of focus throughout the whole game because it's a legendary level, which means that everything out there is just set with one main purpose: killing your run. This achievement actually granted Pedrogues a title of his name for the current new game Master Chief Collection Halo Reach, in which people that beats the game in under 3 hours in this legendary level as well, they're gonna be attaining this title that was named after Pedrogues thanks to this run. So congratulations to Pedrogues for making it to our 14th spot on this list. On our 13th spot on the list, we're gonna be having once again Chippendale, but this time it's not about a single player, it's about 2 players beating the game as fast as possible at the same time. It's gonna be Sinister1 and General Andrews with a total time of 9 minutes 24 seconds and 416 milliseconds. Beating a game of this magnitude with 2 players at the same time involved a lot of skill, as well as a lot of dead manipulations specifically for Chippendale. So you don't only depend on your own skill, you depend on your co-op partner to be just as skillful as you are to be able to do this in such a minimum amount of time. Ever since this world record has been set, these 2 players have already lowered the time for over 3 more seconds, but this is definitely one really fun run to watch, as well as really impressive skills to be able to perform with 2 players at the same time at this amount of level. Congratulations to Sinister1 and General Andrews. The number 12 spot on this list is gonna be for Super Mario Sunshine any percent normal in 1 hour 14 minutes and 18 seconds by Weegee. This is not the current world record anymore. Weegee has improved it ever since. However, This is a game that requires a lot of execution as many of the Mario 3D platformers, and being able to achieve this time in one of the most speedrun games of all time, it's definitely a big achievement for Weegee. If you see the run, there's many tricks out of bounds, weird manipulation of the camera, as well as some really tricky shots to do with the water. And this is one of the most optimized runs that there are due just to the amount of people running this game. Reaching this time is definitely a big achievement, so congratulations to Weegee for taking this world record. Well, this is the last game before our top 10, and it's gonna go once again for Super Mario Bros. 3 100% again by mitchflowerpower. This time around with a total time of 1 hour 10 minutes and 3 seconds. This is the current world record for this game, and this was a world record that he did to claim back his world record that was took on 2019. It was a crazy year for Super Mario Bros. 3, and the amount of competitiveness in this game is off the charts right now. At this moment in time, Mitch is trying to grind for that 69-minute run, or well, 1 hour and 9 minutes, which he is only 4 seconds behind that. This game, as we just mentioned before, it doesn't only require for good execution, but it also requires for you to grind for that good RNG run in order to be able to achieve times of this magnitude. Congratulations to mitchflowerpower for making it to our top 11 on this list for 2019.